Hi everyone, this is Jona speaking. We are here in the Empower and Thrive holistic digital approach in business, not to the business, by the way. And this is our 17th episode of the podcast. We have a special guest speaker today. I'm going to do the introductions in a minute. But just let me tell you who I am. I am a social media strategist. I help you get visible and attract clients through with my 3-step method, which is strategy, structure, and consistency. Today we have an eco-responsible fine jewelry designer. So we are in the creative space who doesn't just design jewelry, but she celebrates you as an individual. So your individuality through the pieces of artwork of creative jewelry that she does. This is Catherine Marche. Catherine, I'm going to give the introductions to you. Tell us a bit more who you are, what you do, what is your passion, and why you started this business. Thank you.
You've almost said it all. So,
No, very brief.
bonjour. My name is Catherine Marche. I'm a French designer from Paris. I live in London, where I met the fabulous Jona. And yes, I'm a jewelry designer and also a maker. So I'm also a goldsmith. I like to concentrate on making bespoke pieces to suit my clients' individuality. And because I'm very conscious about, the pressure on the environment, I have chosen to work with recycled metals sourced locally in London. In addition to that, I'm also a United Nations delegate for the right for women. And I also like to help by mentoring or speaking to women to help them overcome obstacles in their lives. That's it. And I'm a mother.
I love the
And I'm a
introductions.
wife.
Excellent, Catherine. So Catherine also is a member of Moving Women Forward, our community, when we help you move from stuck to empowered. So Catherine, you also have been a guest speaker to one of my panel discussions about empowering women. So that's amazing. I know you inside out, so to speak. So your business and what you do. And I really admire the power and the drive you have in your business. Now, this is a creative industry, so it's about the little pieces of work that you do, the jewelry that you make. Tell us a bit more. What do you mean by you celebrate individuality?
Well,
Not to me, because I know that, but I want for the audience to feel the power with it.
it started with me not really finding jewelry that reflected my personality. I am a bit of a maybe slightly extrovert. I like to affirm my style. I don't like to follow trends. And I like something a little bit, which has a bit of fantasy, a bit of fun. So I couldn't really find something that reflected those values. And that's why I thought maybe I could just learn to make something myself instead of commissioning work all the time. And that I first went to like an evening class to learn some of the basic techniques. And I think I was kind of hooked. And then I went to another class and then I did a degree and another degree. And, but for me, I think a lot of times clients wear, something which is dear to themselves because it was a gift. So it could be a gift from a husband, a mother, passed down through generation, but it doesn't necessarily reflect who they really are. Doesn't really reflect what they want to wear. So because I can draw and I like to talk with my clients to understand what makes them tick, what makes them excited, I try to then take from their story to design a piece which is going to embody the state they're in at the moment, what they want to express, So it's like a little expression, a mini tiny precious expression of their core, which, of course, being precious, are making precious metals, adding stones, pearls, or nothing, or texture, just depends. I try to create something a little bit different for each person or couple.
I like the approach is very structured, by the way. So it's very to the point of understanding your clients, or who is in front of you, and what is their little goal. What do they get? What do they want to get out of this jewelry, of this piece? Is it
Yes,
sentimental, I guess, or what is it
it,
that
it
they want
depends. It
to,
depends
right?
on the clients. But the thing is, you want them to end up with something they're going to love because you want people to wear it. There's no point having a nice piece of jewelry, expensive or not, which is going to sit in the safe and being out just when you have a special occasion or when you go to a special dinner or a cocktail party. Or you want to have something that you love and you're going to wear again and again and again. So,
Sounds brilliant. We all want that piece of jewelry,
well,
I
this is me.
guess. It makes us feel really, I don't want to say better, but like we own it a little bit, right?
I
You've
agree
got that
with you.
little
It's a
accessory.
need. It's an absolute need. It's
It's
not
a
a
need.
luxury.
I
You know,
know,
if you
but
think
yeah,
about it, cavemen were already wearing jewelry.
absolutely. And I
Bits
remember
of
in the olden
stone,
days, it was a bit of a
feathers,
taboo.
shells, bones, gemstones as well.
Times have changed, have they? So yeah, we want people to have the freedom to express themselves, right? So we want them
Absolutely.
to have the opportunity also to express through jewelry, in this case, through the
Yeah.
pieces that they're wearing. If they're not wearing reading glasses, they're wearing a nice piece of jewelry
You can
that
have
makes
both.
them feel. Yes,
Reading
like a piece of
glasses
jewelry,
with
right? Yeah.
sparkles.
Sounds like we have a plan here. Yes, thank you, Catherine, for letting for talking us through about what individuality means to you as a business owner, as a creative in this case. So we talked a little bit about individuality, and we talked a little bit. We touched on it actually, on how to express ourselves. So because this is so the podcast is about the holistic digital approach in business. It's all about how we effectively convey that message online. So how can we, with a piece of jewelry, so with whichever we having in wearing in during an event, during our celebration, or something that is happening in our life, can we do that effectively online? Just by showing that I've got this piece of jewelry, or by talking through this piece of jewelry.
I think it's about you. So it's not about showing off to the rest of the people. I think that if you wear something that you really like, you're going to feel happy. And just because you're feeling happy, you're going to exude this kind of, I don't know, aura, wellness, something glow. You're going to glow more. And then you're going to be the best of yourself when you're going to do your podcast online. For example, if you were wearing something that drags you down, you're going to come across like, But if you're wearing something that really boosts your mood, you're going to be more enthusiastic, more upbeat. And that something can be a piece of jewelry. It can also be a bit of lipstick or makeup or, anything that makes you feel better about yourself or makes you just feel whole is going to be positive. So now, to answer to your question, so you say, how can I, give the best of myself by wearing a little piece of jewelry? Let's say that, for example, your favorite piece could be, I don't know, a pendant. And you think that each time you wear this pendant, something good or good luck is going to come to you, or you just are in a good mood because it's your favorite color, or it was something that you got to commemorate a special event in your life, like a promotion at work or something. So just by wearing something with that little bit of memory, you're just going to feel more elated. And then, it's going to come across that there's something about you which is special. I mean, that's what I think. So
Fascinating.
today I'm wearing a ring with some orange stone because when it's
Put your hands
very
a bit on the
grey in
side, yeah?
London,
Stay there.
when it's
Catherine,
very
a bit
grey in
on the
London,
in the
I just
middle.
want a bit of color, you know?
There, I can see it now. Yes. Yeah, sounds lovely. And
So,
not
yeah.
sounds, looks lovely.
So,
It doesn't
of
sound
course,
actually.
people who are listening to the podcast won't see it, but I look at it from time to time and say, oh, it's cool. I like that color. And it makes me feel happy.
They
So
will watch the replay though, so yeah.
okay, but it just brings a smile to my face when I have a glint of it.
I agree. It's as you mentioned earlier with the reading glasses, right? So it has to be. You have to be comfortable. You have to feel you are owning it. You are
You,
within your element. You are
yes,
empowered.
yes, but you
You are
have to
empowered.
love
You are not
the
dragging yourself
yeah,
crouching over,
you
right?
have to love the image that you project to yourself. Like if you look at yourself in the mirror, are you happy with what you see? Are you completely
We didn't have
excited?
mirrors back in the day, I believe. Not me. I had mirrors in my times, obviously. But a few
Well,
generations ago,
just
right?
married up so it doesn't show the wrinkles and stuff, But yeah,
Yeah.
you can just
People went by the river, right? To see
yeah,
the
but
reflection.
it's just like every morning you dress up and then you look at the reflection and you think, does it go together? Do I feel happy like this? Oh no, I need to change this skirt or add a bangle or you just create your little persona and then you go out in the world. And I think accessories have this power to complete what you're trying to project. And it's not necessarily something that you want to project for others because it starts with you, it's within you. So first you satisfy your own needs and then the rest will fall into place. If that
Wonderful. I
makes
have a
sense.
question.
Oui.
Of course it does. Catherine, I have a question. This is purely business question. It's not business in terms of numbers or anything like that. But I understand. So because it's a piece of jewelry, it's not a piece that you are buying it. It's not a croissant that you're buying every morning
It's
or
not it's not something you can digest, yes.
yeah, you cannot. So it's a piece that stays with you, right?
Mm.
So I want to understand a little bit because you have built an amazing community. You are also United Nations ambassador for women. So everything is within the empowerment, and you are doing so much work around the community and speaking, and you are offering so much insights about life and business in general. But can you tell me a little bit how can so how it has been for you to build the trust of your audience or of your clients or potential clients who have been looking at you for that piece of work? I call it piece
Uh,
of work, but jewelry in this case.
that's a very interesting question. I don't think I ever really thought about it. Um, as far as metals are concerned, we have something called the assay office in the UK, which is going to check that what you sell is what you say. So basically, if I say this pair of earrings is made of 18 karat gold, I give that pair of earrings to them. They're going to scrap a little bit and analyze it to check, is it 18 karat gold, yes or no? And then if they're satisfied that what I say it is what it is, then they will stamp it, apply what is called a hallmark to prove that yes, it is indeed, proper gold. And so most jewelry sold in the UK above a specific weight will go through this process, which gives peace of mind to the client that you're not, selling something else. So it's not gold plated or it's not 14 karat instead of 18. So every piece of jewelry I make goes through that process and is checked by an independent body, which then can certify that yes, it is this. How do people trust me? You have to ask them. No, seriously, I think first they're reassured that I'm selling what I say. I'm very bad at lying, so maybe it might come across. Um, I, I, I don't try to embellish or change or, if a stone has an inclusion, I will say this stone has an inclusion. If the source is ethical, I will say it. If I'm not sure where it comes from, I will say it as well. Um, I yeah, maybe they realize I'm quite honest, and that's how they trust me, I hope.
Wonderful. I think you convey that message very well, in my opinion, because I've been following you also. We've had conversations, and I can see how important it is to you. that everything is eco-sourced. If it's not eco-sourced, as you mentioned, there is some sort of proof, not some sort of proof of where is it coming from, and all the journey to the final product. And this is an amazing work, and kudos to you for doing that, actually, because this is not easy to keep track of everything and explain everything to the customer, or
It is not.
or
And
have
when
them,
I cannot, I just say I can't, because some minds, are not, you don't know who took the stone out. And so, yeah.
Absolutely, yes. I understand this, coming from a perspective of a client, or who is someone that is not actually producing the product themselves. Thank you so much for clarifying this, Catherine. Right. What else can we talk? So, as you will know, or in this case, the audience will know if they've followed our podcast. But I've got three questions usually, right? So I think
Oui.
we've done all the three questions. We're going ahead with the fourth in this case. But I want to understand from you, what do you see what do you see in the piece of, so when you remodel the jewelry, right? Remodeling is reusing. I talk a lot about reusing the content. If it's evergreen, you have the same content over and over again. This is a little bit the same with a piece of jewelry. If you are remodeling, you are reusing or repurposing. So making, not trashing it or keeping there just to take away space or storage, but you are reusing it. Tell me a bit more about the remodeling of a jewelry. How does this reflect that it's still a good piece? It's a great piece, but you are just making it, transforming it with a
Well,
different purpose.
well, it can happen in different ways. You can have somebody, for example, one of the projects I worked on, a woman had received a pendant from her grandmother, which had a cameo surrounded by little diamonds. But it's not something that she wanted to wear because she wasn't crazy for very old-fashioned jewelry of a cameo. So we decided to do another pendant, and I removed every little diamond from the old piece, which has then been integrated into the new piece. So basically, she's still wearing the memory of her grandmother because she reused the stones, but in a way that is more in accordance with her personality. Depending on the pieces that the clients have, sometimes you cannot reuse the exact same metal because it could contain cadmium, which is a poison, or too much soldering points. I'm getting a bit technical, but there's always a way to still keep some of it and incorporate it into a new piece, because the great thing with metal is that you can melt it down in a liquid state and then reform it into something new. So, and also, like I said, with the stones, if they're not too broken, or you can also reuse them and incorporate them in something else. You can, have a pair of earrings which become a ring, or it's just about your imagination, what you fancy. So it's always the beginning of an exchange to understand what is possible, what they would like, and that's how it starts. So what I really like when it's something, as you said, which is remodeled or upcycled, is that you kind of know where the materials come from. They're from the family. But it's true, you don't know the whole story where it was before that. You don't know how the metal was sourced, or you don't know where the gem came from. But what you know is that it has an important emotional attachment to the person. And it's a continuity because it's a heirloom. It's something which has been passed down, usually from a generation to another, or something that the person already had but is no longer suiting their taste or their lifestyle. But it has another life and another life. And that's been happening, for generations, that jewelers have been melting down, remaking from what is going around. And I think that's the beauty of it, because you might think that something that you're wearing today, if you have children, might still be with your descendants in 2, 3, 4 generations. because it's, you know, it's kind of timeless, the metal, the qualities, and that's just beautiful.
It's a piece that stays with you and within the family, basically. It's amazing.
Most of the time, I mean, you know, things happen, but yeah.
Yeah. I love the idea that you don't just put it in a corner or in a drawer and leave it there to die or
Yeah,
to
it
gather
would be
dust.
sad, isn't it?
Very sad. If you have the opportunity and the possibility to use this piece, why not? It can be done.
Yeah.
It can be adjusted.
I had a client once, they came with a coin, a gold coin, which had been given to them by the grandmother. I think it was the grandmother, I can't remember if it was the man, I think it was the man or the woman. And it was melted down, and I made the wedding rings from it.
Done.
So it was
Job
still,
done.
no, but it was still a way of, you know, saying that the grandmother was still around with them. And, you know, they're wearing something that was given by her every day.
Absolutely. Looks amazing. Actually, we want to see that piece of pendant of the jewelry you mentioned, and that you did some work for the lady that wanted a different style. So that could be good to see it across your social media channels. Would be really lovely to see
It.
the final
So
piece. Yeah, you got the piece of content.
The photo I took is a bit blurry, a little bit blurry.
Doesn't matter. Matter. It's still a piece of work. The more you overthink it, the less it goes out. So yeah, you know we're talking moving women forward, that you have to move forward, right? So just do it, please. Just put it out there so we can see it, and it would be amazing to know how you transform that piece of jewelry into something modern and contemporary, and the person can make use of it rather than
she's wearing
somewhere else. Amazing. Catherine, we are about to wrap up. I have a final question for you. If you have any offers, or if you're running, I don't know, a workshop, or if you are anything that you can think that the audience might find it beneficial or helpful, maybe obviously connect with Catherine. Everyone who is watching the live, or who is going to watch the replay, please do connect with Catherine on LinkedIn and Instagram. Her work is amazing, and it just not a word just said by me, but that's a piece, the work that she does. So you will be really inspired, and you will want to have more pieces of jewelry, or in this case, remodel what is sitting there. Never enough. So Catherine, tell us.
So first, I want to say thank you for having me, Jona. It was a really enjoyable time. Recommendation is to follow Jona, you know. Who's doing her best
we want to follow you in this case.
To help women move forward. If you want to follow me, I have my own website, which is called Catherine with a C, Marche, Marche, because I'm French, so I have an E at the end, -designs.com. I'm also on Instagram under Catherine Marche. And I also have a little selection of my jewelry for show in a gallery in London on the South Bank, which is called Jericho. So you might want to go and try stuff there. And
I'm coming. When is next?
Tell me when you're coming. So
let's arrange.
I'm not there every day, so just get in touch with me to have the appointment, you know. And
we've got a date.
I want to say, if you have, as Jona mentioned, things you do not wear, or things you're thinking of, or whatever, just you can get in touch with me for, you know, a discussion. It doesn't force you to use my skills or anything, but at least it gives you a little insight into what the possibilities could be. And it might reunite you with some kind of broken bit of jewelry you would like to wear but cannot, or, you know. Yeah, it could be nice.
That's a phenomenal offer. Thank you. This sounds great. Yeah, I'm sure people will come to you at this point, because it sounds really a great offer, and I want the audience to take on board and have a chat with you, so they can see what their pieces can be made and what they can transform their little pieces of jewelry, or big pieces of jewelry in this case. Doesn't matter the size, but yes, as long as it's not sitting there, basically. And it's also an eco-sustainable way.
Absolutely.
To have your everything that you're wearing, or everything that you own, it's repurposed and reused, and it's functional in your daily life. Definitely.
I remember when I first looked into using recycled, I look at statistics, as one does, a bit of mathematics. And I've seen things saying that extracting, 1 gram of gold is using something like a ton of CO2 energy, but reusing
Wow.
1 gram of gold, it's only like 100 grams of CO2 or something, or maybe 100 kilos. But I mean, the difference was huge. So
Wow.
that
Fraction.
definitely motivated me to use more recycle in my practice. Definitely.
Absolutely. Well, I enjoyed the live today. Thank you so much, Catherine. Thank you,
Thank
everybody,
you,
for watching us and for staying with us for the last 30 minutes. And the replay will be available for you to watch. And please check out the podcast, Empower and Thrive, a holistic digital approach in business, where you will see the full episode from Catherine with little edits. So, yes, thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Stay tuned for next week, next Monday at 12 p.m. GMT time for
Au
another episode.
revoir.
Au revoir. Bye-bye. Thank you.